Ashcroft, yes! So, what did you make of Camille there?
Fantastic, yeah. I'm humbled by a lot of the performances tonight. Amazing.
Well, that's very good of you to say. I mean, I think, having said that, I think Chris Martin introduced you at Live Aid and said you're the greatest singer he knows. How do you answer that?
When you've got a sore throat, it's not very cool at all, is it? You know. But it's very kind of him to say that. But you know, unfortunately, it did for me. Afterwards, it kind of deflected attention away from why we were there. So, with Bob Geldof, or anyone who works for him, I want an A4 piece of paper telling me exactly what we did and didn't do on that day. That'd be great.
Okay.
Rather than me being the greatest, you know. At the end of the day, I'll never sing a song as beautiful as Smokey Robinson or Marvin Gaye.
You're being too hard on yourself.
I'm not being too... That's reality, baby.
Said you
but the point is, it's English guys or American white guys attempting to have that sort of soul, you know, and trying to go there, and eventually you may find your own voice, like Lennon did, and many other people from England. They found their own voice, trying to be Elvis or Roy Orbison.
And you can't, so you sound like yourself, which is even better.
Eventually,
yeah. But it's interesting you said that Smokey Robinson, because when I was, and this record is great, I was playing it loud last night and it got me going. It did, but the effect it had on me was the same effect when I used to buy the Motown Chartbusters records.
Great.
Which wasn't the effect I was expecting. I was so excited.
Well,
so Motown was an influence on you, was it?
Absolutely. I mean, all that stuff. I was very lucky. I think you can go either way at a certain age, sort of 16, 17. I met a few pivotal people. And along when I was a bit older, my wife, who turned me on to so much different music there. I've been very fortunate that my melting pot's quite diverse. And, you know, it's all in there. But yeah, soul, if I think back to my mum's record collection, it consisted of Revolver, the Beatles' Red compilation album, Black Explosion, the album was called, a K-Tel Soul Classic, and the Carpenters. Yeah. And in an amazing way, it's all there.
Well, that's a pretty good choice.
And Pink Floyd, the Final Cut, bizarrely. What was that doing
and it was only
just outside Wigan in this tiny collection?
A very small collection, but that's a lot, really. You're covering, she's covered a lot of ground.
She's covered a lot. Thanks, Mum.
Yeah. Well done, Mum. Well,
thanks, Kate.
Well, a round of applause for Mum, I think, don't you? Can't knock that. Now, Music is Power, which you played for us, I think that is so great. What inspired that song?
Well, essentially, when it kicks in, there's a little loop that I took from a Curtis Mayfield track that he did in a Chicago Soul Sessions, where he produced for other people. And that's where I got the initial loop from. But then I put on banjos and guitars and real strings over the 60 strings, which gives it underneath as an ingredient of that sort of ecstatic soul thing, which only that kind of era can bring, you know, in string sounds. So it's great to have that bed like Bittersweet Symphony. Once it kicks in, it has this bed that's quite ecstatic because it was the full orchestra squashed into a few bars.
Do you think now the Verve must have started maybe 15 years ago? Have you what's changed about you since then, do you think?
Masses, you know, me and my wife have been married. I've been married for 10 years now, maybe longer. 2 children. You know, just the actual outlook on life, you know, not necessarily as sort of nihilistic as it was obviously when I was younger. Learnt a lot and learnt that, you know, what I've got, the opportunity I've got is incredible, not only in my private life, but as a musician, that it's like a gift and I should really cherish it and sort of do the best I can within my sort of field to do some positive stuff, you know.
I think you couldn't have put it better. Richard Ashcroft, ladies and gentlemen.